Hi guys, happy weekend. Just doing a little checkup, and I had posted before that I was thinking of doing a Facebook Live video, and I was gonna do it, and to my surprise, um sorry, I don't really like videos too much. Sorry. It's kind of weird for me. But anyway, so I was about to do a Facebook Live, and I got a message that I was just banned out of nowhere. So that's very bizarre to me. But anyway, the reason why I was going to do a Facebook Live video is because something really strange kind of happened a couple hours ago. And I was over in Brentwood, and there's a neat little store there called Definitely You. I don't know if they're Trump supporters. They're not. They should be. But they sell all kind of like really cool like Pittsburgh merchandise and stuff like that, and a lot of like sports gear, like that kind of thing. So anyway, I was buying my friend Holly, hi Holly, a mask, and you know, I just started to look at some other stuff, and I hear this girl talking to herself, and being me, I mean, I talk to everybody, okay? So she was reading a funny Pittsburgh shirt, and it just said something like, you know, people hate us, blah blah blah. I'm a Pittsburgh girl, something like that. Like, I don't know. And this girl started talking to herself, and she was like, "Is that what people really think of Pittsburghers?" And I looked over and I said, well, you're not from here. And she said, "No, I'm from Michigan." And I was like, "Oh wow, welcome," you know. And then she starts to tell me that she sorry, I'm like really distracted, like looking at like my own reflection in the computer. It's just, I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, so she starts to telling me, you know, she's from Michigan. She lived in Texas for a little bit. Where else did she live? Somewhere down south. And that everybody hated her down south. I know she said she lived in Austin. And I'm thinking, oh God, here we go. So, you know, she kind of looked a little like Antifa-y, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. But, you know, she was a young girl, and I could tell that she was not having a good day, basically. And she starts to tell me that she loves Pittsburgh, like this is her home. She gets lots of services, but, you know, she's really trying to be more independent. She said that, you know, down south, like, they don't care about you. If you're in trouble, if you're homeless, they don't care about you, whatever. So we started talking, and I told her that, you know, she needs to be more independent. Like, you know, being a young girl, she just really needs to strive to not depend on anybody. Okay? And, you know, we kind of hit it off a little bit. You know, I kind of felt like I was talking to my daughter. I was trying to give motherly advice to my daughter. And I said, okay. And I said, well, hey, I said, you know, if you need anything, now keep in mind, this girl was very intelligent. She was really no dummy. I could tell by her, you know, her demeanor, her vocab, whatever. She was very intelligent. So, anyway, I said, you know, I said, well, we could be for a coffee sometime. You know, you're living here, and, you know, I could, you know, maybe see what I could do, whatever. And, I carry cards in my purse, you know, and they say director of Pennsylvania Women for Trump. And, And I pulled it out, and because I was getting like a slight Antifa vibe, I said, well, you may not like who I am. And she was like, oh no, don't, oh my gosh, why would you say that? What's wrong? And I said, well, I'm the director of Pennsylvania Women for Trump. And she was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I went to hand her the card. And she was like, she goes, I'm sorry, this discussion is over. It is over. Like she couldn't even like compose herself. I was just like, oh my gosh. But, but before that, she was telling me that, she doesn't speak with her mom. Her mom basically abandoned her. She's been homeless. She's, bipolar. We were talking a little bit about that. And I have, I was sharing with her, I have kids on the spectrum, and, we're talking like diagnoses and whatever, and whatever that is, the DSM or whatever, and Asperger's, and, so we were talking for a while, and, she was just like, get away from me. She goes, I don't want anything Trump near my body. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I mean, really, I was being a mom. I was like, no, wait, you need to hear me out here. And she like looked at me like she literally wanted to punch me in the face. And I was just like, honey, I said, look, I grew up in the city. I was raised a staunch Democrat. Where I came from, it's a mess right now. I know exactly where you're coming from. My dad lived, breathed, and slept the union. I know exactly where you're coming from. I said, please talk to me. I said, you need to get right back over here. And she was just like, I don't know. She walked like way on the other side of the store. And I was a little afraid because, like I said, she was giving me like a little bit of an Antifa vibe. I mean, which doesn't really scare me. I mean, I'm straight out of Sheridan, but anyway, when I walked out, and the thing is, I looked back and she kept on like, she was kind of hovering behind like a pile of clothes and like looking at me, like making sure I was gone. And I was just like, oh my God. But I had to go run another errand, and something was just really, really bothering me about that. And I'm thinking, because usually my gut, I always listen to my gut. My gut tells me first, and I couldn't like kind of verbalize it in my head, like why it was bothering me. Like I couldn't put it into a sentence. I couldn't. And then it dawned on me out of nowhere that because she was also telling me that so many of her friends, no doubt Antifa friends, are on the spectrum or are mentally ill of some sort. Okay. And, what really upset me is that these are children. These are kids, okay? And knowing kids with special needs or certain diagnoses, kids are kids, my God. I mean, this girl was probably 18. I know sometimes like my kids, my boys are just like, I'm like, what? Seriously? Like you just said that? Like crazy. And I mean, God forbid, one of my kids or one of your kids went off the deep end. Like the left is using these kids, and it scares me so bad. Like I can't wrap my head around it. And she's classically one of these kids. And, I don't know. I guess I'm still having a hard time putting it into words because, you know, I know so many people that did really stupid things when they were kids. And now they're like the most upstanding parts of society. I don't know. I'm just really having a hard time wrapping my head around this. And then I was thinking something too, like, you know, think about several years ago, you know, if you were at a stoplight or whatever, you were in a downtown area. Most homeless people, maybe older, you know, now they're all kids. Like, what is going on? Like, do you guys have any opinions on that? Like, what, I mean, I don't want to sound conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but why? Like, what is this? Is this just like traveling Antifa? Like, are these people just kind of, camping out and making a quick buck, like, wherever? You know, because it seems like wherever now I go, particularly in Pittsburgh, I go down Route 51, the South Hills. It's like all like homeless kids. I don't know if they're homeless or not. I don't know. I mean, I've seen exposés and stuff like that on this topic, but I don't know. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there, just some food for thought. I was really kind of hoping to do a Facebook Live and interact with you guys on this topic, but I guess we'll have to wait for that until a lot of Facebook Live jail, I guess. So leave me a comment and let's talk about this and go Trump.